Away massacres! Saturday the 15th of November. We are here at Festus. Gonteb. Who's that man? Ben? Gonteb. Festus Gonteb.
Yeah.
Say hello, Johannes. There's Johannes. And that's Ben. Ben is one of my PDC students. So Ben is assisting us a little bit here at the job. There's a story around Ben and his PDC. Ben's sponsorship fell through. Ben's sponsor wasn't able to continue sponsoring him for the remainder of his PDC. So we decided, okay, and agreed with Ben. Ne, Ben?
Yeah.
We agreed with Ben that in exchange for his PDC, Ben would work off the hours that he attends the PDC at. So equal hours, equal work is the strategy or the system that we'll be using. So it's an exchange system. So in exchange for PDC, Ben will be working off his hours for us. So in that process, he also learns and gets experience. And that is Conradi. Conradi, say hello, Daso.
Hello.
Conradi is a security here at Festus. Gonteb. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's correct, says Ben. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys what's happening here and give you guys a little bit of background. While these guys are offloading some of our compost, we've offloaded 4 batches now. Okay, so a little bit of background on this project. It's a project that was initiated by the Mondesa School and Community Foundation. I'm headed by Paul. I haven't met Paul yet. We've been in discussion telephonically, but Paul is a busy man as well as I am. So we haven't really had the opportunity to meet yet. But just to show you guys around. So the general idea of the project is to have a garden at school, basically. It's been a national mandate that every school in Namibia should have a school garden. But the implementation thereof has not been really successful. I know the Swakopmund Municipality has put in a lot of effort themselves as well to get some school gardens going. And I've also partnered with the Swakopmund Municipality in the past on a lot of these types of projects where we actually were working in collaboration with the Malmo Municipality in Sweden to actually get urban agriculture going within the Swakopmund municipal area. So yeah, we volunteered a lot of our time to the Swakopmund Municipality in that terms, where we've actually set up the urban or sustainable coastal urban gardening community, which is a WhatsApp group of members that share the same interest of gardening in the urban area or farming in the urban area and growing our own food within the Swakopmund municipality with the aim of food security for the Swakopmund region. So part of that was getting gardens into schools, of which I think the Swakopmund municipality has installed about 11 school gardens, but I think only 3 or 2 out of those 11 gardens are still standing today. So yeah, there's definitely been challenges with it, theft being one, and then obviously interest from the teachers, or somebody needs to manage it. So yeah, we volunteered a lot of our time during that period, but there came a point, you know, as I said, time is one of our resources that we don't have a lot. We've got our plot to run and try and get functional as well. So there was a point where I had to tell the municipality, look, I can't work for free anymore because it's my time at the end of the day as well. And they understood, you know. So we parted ways after we implemented one of the community gardens at the old sewage works in Swakopmund. We then decided, okay, I'll still assist on the WhatsApp group and answer questions and, you know, give advice and so on for growing stuff in Swakop area. But in terms of project wise, I sort of started distancing myself a little bit from a lot of the work because it was very time consuming. This project was then taken on by the Mondesa Community Foundation, which is headed by Paul. I do have a website, so I'll link it somewhere. I just don't have enough followers yet, so please follow my channel so we can get real clickable links in our descriptions. So at the moment you need to check the link or the description at the bottom. I'll have the website there, but you'll need to copy and paste the website into your browser to actually see the link, because we don't have enough subscribers. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and like the channel as well, so we can get all those functionalities on our stuff as well. So yeah, the Mondesa Foundation project, and they had a subcontractor in to do the work. We won't name names, but it's one of our friends actually, and one of our colleagues that we've worked on some of the gardening projects within Swakopmund area, or at least the urban community garden that we set up at the sewage works. So I know the guys. I'm not sure what happened with the project. I don't want to speculate because I haven't spoken to both parties regarding the ins and outs of why this project didn't continue, because it's such a beautiful project. But basically what happened was the municipality then approached us and asked if we can't come and assist with this project because it has so much potential and it's just standing and going to waste at the moment. Okay, so to be honest, I was very hesitant to do it because time is really limited. But they said, okay, they're not gonna let me do it for free this time. So I did submit the quote, and yeah, we were successful in the quote. So that's where we are now. So basically what we need to do is the whole shade house structure has failed. I think the guys tried to get a bit cheap out, so they used this rope as carrying wires and this net. So they used this rope as carrying wires, but this net is way too heavy for this rope. Okay, so what we'll be doing is we'll be putting wire in across the posts, and then we need to install 2 new posts just to help carry the load. So we'll be installing one pole in here, round about here, okay, to carry the load on that side. And then we'll be installing another pole in here to carry the load on that side. So let me just get this side. Okay, so basically a pole there, with wires running across from this pole across to the school structure on that side, a wire from this post across that post to the structure on that side, and then a wire from this post across the pole that we'll be installing over here across to the structure on that side. Okay, so that will give 1, 2, 3 wire supports through the middle, and then we'll be pulling a long wire on top of these wires from that pole and that pole across to that pole and that pole. So that should keep the whole net structure up and should be enough support for the whole structure in itself. Okay. Then together with the teachers, we've already started with the training, because part of the reason why these projects fail is there's nobody to manage the project when the project is installed. Because at the end of the day, we want to teach the kids to grow stuff as well. So we gave the teachers some training, and we've really I'm really thankful the teachers that are involved in this project are really enthusiastic about it, which is also critical for the success of such a project. If you've got people that are not interested at all in this, it's not going to work. So you need at least one person that takes a strong interest in this, and I think we've got at least 6 good teachers that are really, really interested in taking this project forward. So we gave them training on how to plant things and how to manage the food garden or garden like this. And I think that's the critical steps that are needed, because you install a thing like this and the people don't know how to manage it. So we taught them how to manage it. We're still teaching them. We'll be walking with them for the next 6 months. So doing checkups, having consultations if they've got issues, because the pests are going to come. The system is young. The pests are going to come. And there's obviously ways that you need to manage that. So the only way you do that is with experience. And if there's nobody to teach you or guide you through that process, then you're going to become despondent and negative. And that's when the projects fail. So we're going to be walking a path with these guys for the next 6 months. It's getting the garden going. So we've in the training already started planting some corn. Our time just was a little bit limited. We ran out of time. We brought a lot of resources to the training that we wanted to plant. But unfortunately our time ran out. So we did give the teachers a little bit of homework. I see they have started with their homework. They've already started doing this one garden bed, which is good, which shows that the interest is there. And they started clearing the mulch of some of the other beds because the compost in the soil here was also very little. So that's why we added compost onto the budget as well. But the bulk of that compost was actually meant for these 2 garden beds that are not complete. So we need to complete these garden beds as well, which wasn't part of our quote. We were supposed to complete it together with the teachers, but we'll assist them a little bit and just get some of the compost in here so that these 2 garden beds are at least also complete. And then the remainder of the compost, we'll see how we can stretch that over the remaining garden beds. Okay, but it seems like we might need a lot more compost in the system to get the system fully functional and healthy, because the soil is Swakop soil. But yeah, there's more to show. There's a lot of space around the school, so even around this garden, all this space, I'm thinking of repurposing some of these bricks to make a compost bins, because at the end of the day the sustainability of the project also depends on compost. So we'll be installing compost bins with these leftover bricks. The guys have put some granadella or passion fruit vines on the side here so we can extend the system. So we've got all this space to actually put a nice little food forest in for the school as well, but there's no funding for that at the moment. We'll work on getting funding for that. So in front here we've got 2 banana trees, and I think they tried to plant some citrus, or I'm not sure what that was, but that died. So banana trees don't look too healthy, but they're at least alive. But here's a whole space that we can still use to plant fruit trees as well for the school kids. Okay. And then that's not even to talk about all the space that's left on the school premises. But I think let's focus on this. We can show you guys the rest of the space in other videos. I think we just need to get this job done today. So the main focus will be to get the shade structure sorted out, and then if we've got time left, we'll see if we can finish those 2 garden beds at the end. Okay, all done. Looking good. Just getting the stones off the net at the top that the kids threw onto the net. But the pole is in, wires are on, net is lifted up. It's looking really good. Somehow looks more spacious now, Johannes. Looks as if there's a lot of space in here now that the net is lifted a bit. So last weekend we planted some corn, some pink corn that I had left at my place, or from our place, with the teachers in this bed, and we started prepping this bed for the teachers as well, so they can plant some Swiss chard in here. But what we found was that the birds are starting to eat. I mulched this bed now as well, just to cover up the soil a bit. But the birds are coming in here and nipping off the plants. They actually ate the marigolds that we planted in here as well. They ate all the leaves from the marigolds, which is so weird. I've never seen birds eating marigold. But yeah, see, they nipped off all the corn. And where they were coming from, they were coming through this corner here that was left open. So we've sealed that up now. And the same on that side, there was also in the corner up there was also a hole that we sealed up for the birds not to come in. Then we dug out these beds that weren't completed, and we started bringing in compost because we don't want the teachers to use all the compost. They stopped dressing now on those beds. We still need to finish these beds. Teachers, if you're watching, so don't use all the compost on those beds. We need to get these beds done as well. So we've started the process for you guys. And then when we got here, we found this door open. So we just made some latches as well. So I put in a latch for you guys. Johannes made a nice little holder for the latches, so the doors can stay closed for the birds as well, because birds do become a problem, especially in young gardens that are just starting fresh. The birds will love being in here, eating up your seedlings. Okay, but all in all, poles that we wanted to put in are in. We got the wires across, so 3 short strands across the 3 middle posts, and then we, in addition to those, we put an extra one across now on the 3 long poles in the center as well. So those 3 center poles also have a wire running all the way across to the other side to keep up the net and distribute the weight. So that wire's weight is being distributed on the shorter wires that we tied to the roof on the other side. Okay, looking good. Ben, is jy gelukkig?
Ja, meneer.
You happy?
Very much.
It's looking good, né?
Yes.
So it'll be a nice project, this one. Okay. Otherwise, that job is done. And now it comes the planting, the composting, the beds. Didn't get a lot of compost material in it. We did bring 4 bucket loads of compost, but that was more for the 2 beds on that side. So whatever's left from that job, we'll then just top dress these beds to get a little bit of compost in. Okay, so the guys want to go home. So that's all I wrote. Lekker man.